The first time I was arrested was when I was 16. I was walking down the road and the police done a stop and search, to which I was caught with a small amount of drugs. And the police officer had then arrested me and held me in the station all night. I then became in contact with the police when I was 18, just before my 18th birthday, and that was again I was caught with a diazepam 5mg tablet that I was prescribed, but I couldn't prove at that time I was prescribed the medication. So the policeman then arrested me again, held me all night. That night I was in custody. The custody sergeant had brought me out and I was in my pyjamas, and he had asked me what size I was to give me tracksuit bottoms. So I had told him I was a small, and he had given me extra large, which were obviously going to be too big. And so I put them on, and the whole time I was holding them up. But the next day when I had went to see my solicitor to be interviewed, I had my hands behind my back holding my bottoms up, and the girl had kept telling me to remove my hands or she was going to put handcuffs on my hands. So I kept removing my hands, and I removed my hands, and as I walked in the door my trousers fell down and my solicitor was there and the police were there, and I didn't know whether to laugh or actually pull my trousers up. It was quite embarrassing. They had asked that if I agreed to meet this girl once a week for 3 months to stop me from reoffending, that would be like my caution for my offence. I became a young mum at the age of 14, which meant that I left school at a very young age with no qualifications, no GCSEs, no work experience, no nothing. And for a long time I never wanted to do anything. Like, I was quite happy to just to be lazy and not to do anything. And I became involved with Include Youth on the Give and Take scheme at the age of 17, just after I had came in contact with the police for the first time. For a while I didn't want to engage. I found it hard to come in the classes and to want to be there. But one day it literally just clicked that I wanted more for myself. Between painting my house and having a car and holidays, and I wanted more. I wanted a better life, especially for my child. So I started engaging with them and started to see that this is actually not too bad. Like, getting your qualifications can be fun and achievable. So after a while I got into the routine of coming to take and to do everything, and was getting my qualifications, and had just achieved my 12th qualification and was going out into work experience for the very first time when I came in contact with the police for the second time. And my life was like going good. I had visions of work and visions of wanting to work, and I had came in contact with the police and received my second caution. So whenever I was starting out and going into youth work and finishing off my training and talking to the professional people, I understood that this was always going to be here, that no matter how much that I worked towards it or what I done or what line of work I went into, I'm always going to have a criminal record for the fact that I was young and silly. There was a lot of things I could have done different. Like, they never explained anything to me properly. Like, they didn't clarify that I actually understood what was happening. They never helped, tried to offer advice even to try and find out why I had even committed the offence. Like, as soon as I went in there, it was, you've committed offence and this is how it is. It's not, there was no leeway with them. They didn't understand me. When I had got arrested, I knew that instantly, like, that it was going to have some type of impact on my career, because the career I wanted to go down was youth work and working with young people. So I knew having a drugs caution on your record really wasn't going to look good. So I spoke with Kevin. He was my employability worker, who basically broke it all down for me and explained section by section, right, this is what you can do and this is what you have to do, or this is how we can sort this out together. But unfortunately they haven't been removed, and 4 years later they're still there, so they're not going away, never. They'll always be there now. As a young person who grew up in the care system, I think that the police should be a lot more understanding towards where the young person has come from. Through working with Include Youth, I've gained the chance on loads of different opportunities to participate and talk about my experience and my story, being involved with the police and the care system and how it's affected me, and how everybody in general can learn from this, from young people to professionals to police to everybody, on how we can learn from it. Just recently I was at an event with Include Youth to talk to the young people about my story and about coming in contact with the police. The police was also there and I loved it. I got the chance to tell them about my story and my experience, but also the police were sitting there too, so they heard it firsthand of what it was like for me as a young person and how they could maybe change their attitudes towards young people in general. I'm now 21. I've got a full-time employment. I'm a accommodation and community support worker. I have a salary. I earn my own money every single month. I have a wage coming in. I've recently just been talking to my bank about a mortgage on my own house. I'm also doing training for Health and Social Care Level 2 with a view of going on to do a Level 3. I just finished in June my Level 4 Community Youth Studies in university, which this is my year out to go back to do my degree. Things are really looking up now and my life has really changed for the better. There's a lot of positive things going to happen and I've now got security from my job and my own house. So everything's going good for a change.